My subject is risk management, identifying risk, and I'm going to use claims examples because I find that you'll be able to take the information in better. You can acknowledge where we're coming from and then actually realise that things do go wrong quite a lot of the times. Our claims department is the busiest team in the whole division, so we do see an awful lot of claims coming through the door. The reason I'm also here, we're sponsoring education for you guys, not to make you better because you're all fabulous, but just to assist you maybe getting to that next level. First slide, can you see that clearly? It's a burnt out buggy that joyriders decided to pinch and set alight on the 16th green of one of our fabulous golf courses. Not only was there the cost to replace the buggy, but it was all the residue that came from fuel and everything else that seeped into the course at the same time. Our course cover at the minute covers you for $500,000. No inner limits. There's too many contracts out there that I see constantly with inner limits hidden away in small print in a document that's 160 pages long. But it will tell you that actually for a claim of that nature, you're getting £20,000. It's never enough to compensate. Also, part of our course cover, we cover all playable surfaces. We don't identify tees, closely mown areas and fairways, because there's a whole lot of extra out there that you require protection for. Bunkers are a big one. We saw flash floods in a course down south in July when it's our summer. It cost just over £102,000. They lost 122 bunkers. Everyone had to be resanded. Huge expense. Now, £20,000 from your insurance company. Take that to your committee. You've got a repair bill to fund of £80,000 yourself. I don't think they'd be too happy. The next slide, quite a disastrous event for us and for the club. This was a club. It's been highly publicised, so I'm able to show the name and everything, data protection. Zurich did a huge study on the claim itself and rolled it out to advertise how good they are, as well as how good we were at managing it. This club, unfortunately, had a total loss fire. It cost us £3 million plus loss of earnings. It's absolutely stunning now. They did a fabulous job. The club speak very, very highly of us, speak very highly of Zurich and their management team that were behind it. There was a big team of people there assisting the club in every step of the way. Slips, trips and falls. These are the claims that we see most of. It's general bad housekeeping. Make sure all your staff are trained from the top level down to the junior that's coming through to learn. That if they see a problem, don't just ignore it. Speak to someone else or fix it yourself. It's really important that nobody wants to have the unfortunate circumstances of having to deal with claims of this nature. Someone could actually be badly injured through tripping over, falling over in the clubhouse, out in the course. I know through speaking with the clubs that I visit, a lot of the greenkeepers are very, very good at managing the risk assessments for the course, but not always, the internal team's not always on the ball for spotting what needs repaired and documenting it. The largest volume of claims, I should say, that we see are people getting hit, property getting hit with golf balls in the golf course. We cover the club for all damages. You can't control who's going to raise an action against you. We just need to make sure that we are covering you for every eventuality, and claims coming from any direction to you guys. We need to make sure that you're fully protected. Our policy, and I know because I make sure that I keep abreast of the situation and abreast of the competition, make sure that we are continuing to follow the trend of claiming we're the best and actually being the best. I know that no one provides the same level of cover on one policy as we do on just one single policy. You would normally have to buy an additional contract to protect your members and visitors for their own personal liability. if anything goes wrong and they're sued as an individual, as opposed to suing the club on behalf of your members' actions. Lone workers policy, I hope everyone has one. And don't assume that, Debbie's speaking about committees and subcommittees and people in charge. Someone's ultimately responsible for these people that you have in charge. So your Greens convener, I don't know, would the buck rest with you, Debbie, perhaps, if he's setting all the rules and the risk management procedures for his staff. But we had a chap, head greenkeeper, who decided it was unsafe for the workers to work, but he would continue. So the conditions were terrible. He sent everyone home, but he continued to work. He was found dead in the course the next morning. So the buck that rests with someone in that case, it would be a higher person of management, the captain. Lightning doesn't strike twice. Yes, it does. And we've had it happen in many occasions. Power surges, injury in the course as well, where someone was hit by lightning. It wasn't a fatality, it wasn't quite a fatality, but it was a really bad accident. You can get these lightning conductors, they don't cost a lot of money, and you could put them in several places around the course and around your building. It would safeguard the lightning, well, it would help, but the duty of care is to try and manage a situation. You're not going to eliminate it, but it would certainly help deal with any lightning strikes that may hit the property. Cyber risks. So new-ish to the insurance industry, I would say probably the last about 12 months ago, or 18 months ago, we were considering the nature of this risk. The police service recognise that they've identified it as being the highest risk to businesses today. So the highest theft risk. It's superseding your petty theft, etc. We do protect an element within our policy for it. There's certain services that we would like to provide, and we're always that step ahead, fighting for it and trying to get you more and more and more, but as yet, the insurance companies can't provide it for us. Because these people, these hackers, 15-year-old kids in their bedroom are very, very clever, and as soon as they think they've got someone that knows how to fix it, they're 5 steps down the line and they're way ahead. So we do have a lot of protection, but not as much as we want, and I guess that's where we differ slightly. We're always pushing to get more and more and more. Taking all that into consideration, I'm wondering whose responsibility is it to ensure your contract's fit for purpose? It may be that it's joint decisions. So a lot of the time I'll meet the secretary or the manager or several people from the committee. Then decisions are made collaboratively, but there's other times where there's decisions made that may just be in a price factor. We did have a claim that was completely set up from the start, so just to make you aware of it. You're never going to have this problem, Chris. I don't think you're going to have a big fat gypsy wedding in Glasgow Golf Club. But you never know, you never know. There was a golf club again, hosted weddings, and these individuals arrived to choose this as their place. They would love to have their special day, host their special day. But we're already, in my mind, and I guess I just risk manage far too much now in life, they were already setting up this claim. They were wanting their money for their wedding back because they couldn't actually afford it in the first place. So they'd made clear that they were, the groom was allergic to the smell of chicken. So no one was to be cooking chicken in the clubhouse. Only that day. If they cooked it the day before and the smell was lingering, he was fine with this. But no one could be cooking chicken this day. Fair enough, the golf club agreed to it. But then the claim came in shortly afterward. His whole day was spoilt. He couldn't enjoy his wedding, couldn't take part in it because he was allergic to the smell of chicken. It didn't get anywhere. The claim came in, we quite quickly got rid of it and told him to jog on and don't be so blooming stupid. But I mean, these are the kind of things that we have to deal with on a daily basis.